Stop worrying about your manifestation. Stop worrying about your life. Stop worrying about your problems. Stop worrying about the debt. Stop worrying about all these things that may never even be real in your life. They aren't real. Nothing in your reality right now is real. You must stop yourself right now. Stop right now. You're living in a simulation. Everything that you're experiencing right now is not real. Stop thinking that it's real. Stop reacting as if it's real. No one dies within the simulation. It's just a hologram. You don't need to be sad. You don't need to have fear. You don't need to be scared. You can live your life. You don't have to be in fear anymore. You can raise your frequencies up knowing that you're living in a simulation and start attracting so many great things into your life. Let it all go right now. Let all of the fear go, all the anxiety, everything you're scared about, everything that you haven't been doing because you just think it's too hard, or you just have this fear about something that you're afraid of doing. Stop it. Stop yourself right now and erase your past. You were just born right now during this video. You are a brand new person. Right now, you are brand new. You're brand new to the world. You just landed here on your spaceship. You don't have any of these beliefs anymore. You are now brand new to the world, and you create whatever you want. Because remember, imagination creates reality. What you consent to being true creates your reality. So you just landed here. You just erased all those old beliefs that your world is solid. You have to have fear. You have to do this. You have to do that. That all these things have to be limiting you in some way. Those are your old beliefs. Those beliefs are all gone right now. All gone right now in this moment. And right now, you have the ability, you have the freedom to choose with your human mind, your human imagination. You can choose right now to have a different concept of self. Believe that you are already successful. You've erased all your old beliefs. You just landed here on planet Earth. You are now a brand new person. Your past never even happened. Now you're brand new. You've just been baptized into this new reality, knowing that it's a simulation. So what do you want to create? How would you feel right now if everything was already completed? You were already halfway towards your goal, whatever your goal may be. Everything's working out for you perfectly. You're now rich, successful. You're now healthy, wealthy, wise. You have everything that you ever could desire, and you're still achieving more. You're still progressing. How does this feel right now? Lock into this. This is the exercise that I want to give you. 30 seconds. 30 seconds is all it's going to take. Do this a few times a day for 30 seconds. How would you feel right now if your goal was already completed? You already had it locked in. You already had the money. You already had the health. You already had the wealth. You already had the wisdom. You're now successful. Now, what's going to happen? Changing your concept of yourself is based on this. The only thing that's limiting you is your beliefs, what you believe to be true of your world. Your entire life, you've been told that your world is a solid reality, and you've been looking at it physically instead of looking at it spiritually. You've been comparing yourself with other people, other things. All these different things are holding you back instead of thinking from it spiritually and becoming the thing. You are the simulation. You are consciousness. You are connected to all. It's an extension of your hands, of your body. It is your body. It is your hands. It is you. Free yourself of these limiting beliefs that you have to compare yourself with other people physically. Stop looking at your world physically. It's not a physical world. Your world is not physical at all whatsoever. It is not solid. It's a spiritual reality. So where do you affect? Where do you change a spiritual reality? Not physically, not objectively, internally, subjectively. That's where you change it. Spiritually, you change it. You connect with the feeling of already having something, and it pushes you towards it, and it pushes that towards you. Everything is connected. There is no gap or separation within the simulation of anything. No gap or separation between you and the thing that you want right now. The only thing that's keeping you from it is your belief that your world is real. and that you have to do this, and compare it with this, and do this, and do this, and do this. And it's so far away from you that you've now connected with a limiting belief that this thing is never going to happen to you. It can happen to you. Anything can happen to you. You are limitless. You're absolutely limitless. Remember, the spiritual nature of this is connecting and extending your feelers from the internal world and connecting with the feeling that you already have it. And something's going to happen in your world and with you where you're going to get that thing. And you're going to look back and you're going to be like, what the heck happened? Who was I 6 months ago? Who was I 3 weeks ago? I don't even recognize that person. I'm a brand new person. I'm just killing it out there. Listen, it can happen this quickly. I experience this stuff, okay? Changing the way you view your world, all right? Changing the way you view your world changes everything within the simulation. It also starts attracting things to come to you because there's two different types of manifestation. One is changing your concept of yourself, which is going to be you visualizing or feeling yourself to be somebody new that's already healthy, wealthy, and wise. And then you're going to take congruent action with that vision within the simulation. And then it's going to happen. You're going to be attracting these things to you and you're going to be doing things because you can act congruent with that physically, but you don't look at it physically. You look at it spiritually while you're acting physically, okay, within the simulation. And the other part of this is the magical part of manifestation, okay, where things can happen magically when you don't do anything, but you use this when you can't do anything physically to effectuate or act congruent with that vision because you could still create it. For example, a doctor tells you can't walk. You're in a wheelchair. You start visualizing yourself walking, running, skipping, jumping, like I talk about all the time. And something's going to happen within the simulation to change that. You can't do anything physically to change that, but you can appeal that decision in your own imagination. And you can use this for all kinds of things spiritually. This is the magical side of the manifestation journey that you're on. But there's two different ways, concept of self and magical changes. But you can bring those both together and use them, okay? You can use them. But if something's preventing you, like if you want this job is meant for you, and you get denied for that job, okay? You can visualize yourself and reappeal that, and you'll probably have a better job that's going to come after that. Anyways, you can change different things like this, but it doesn't mean you stop acting congruent with your vision within your reality because you are confident. You know what you want. You know how to get it. Okay. And you're visualizing yourself. So you're moving forwards that and it's being brought to you. You're becoming magnetic because you now formed and marshaled a pattern in your mind with your high level of attention and your visualization with the feeling with the present moment attached to that. And that's what gives you this center of power. You just have so much power in the present moment because that's where everything exists within the simulation, okay? You're now a fourth dimensional being. You're not just a three-dimensional being acting physically within your reality. You're also a fourth dimensional being thinking spiritually and also acting congruent with your vision. But from that vision that you created, it takes you to the fourth dimension. So you push yourself forward in time. So you're acting within this congruent vision, but your spirit, your mind is now acting in the fourth dimension. So it kind of, you feel it and then it leads you towards that within the three dimensions of space where you eventually meet that feeling state that you've created within your mind and with the fourth dimension of time space. And this is the difference between thinking physically and thinking spiritually, okay? You're always supposed to look at your world on the spiritual side of things because the three dimensions of space really isn't real, okay? You're just passing through the fourth dimension, which is where everything's already finished. So when you connect with your mind to think fourth dimensionally, which is spiritual, physical would be three-dimensional. When you start thinking spiritually and just extend your feelers to that moment in time space where it's already happened, your three-dimensional body has to be led to that moment within the fourth dimension, which your mind has done for you. Now it has to be led there, okay? It has to take you to that moment in time. And you're going to be acting congruent in that vision. But there's also a side of the magical side of manifestation where you don't have to do anything. But that's only in the event that you can't do anything. And this brings me back to explaining to you that your world is a simulation. So erase everything you ever thought of as true of your reality right now within this space, within this present moment right now. That's not real, okay? Become present with me right now. You become a fourth dimensional being right now, and erase that memory that you think your world is real. Stop looking at it physically. It's not a physical world at all. It's not a physical world. It's a spiritual world, fourth dimensional. Your world is only fourth dimensional. All right. The 3 dimensions of space, which you see in front of you right now within your world, including me, is not real. I created you just as much as you created me. So right now is the time to hit the reset button. You were just born. Stop fearing. Stop being scared. Be confident. Love your life. Love your world. Send off those frequencies, those feeling states in the spiritual world now, because your feelings are invisible. Those are the spiritual things that create in your world. Physically, doesn't matter. Okay. Stop looking at your world physically. It's about the spiritual side, which are feeling states, which are inner dialogues, inner conversations, the images that come into your mind, and the feeling states that are created from those images are recreated and generated back into the subconscious. And it all happens. The subconscious is fourth dimensional. That's where it's all being solidified. Okay. That's where the simulation has to go, but none of it is real. It is all spiritual. So right now, you were just born. This is your new belief system. Now, this will free up a lot of the blocks that you have by understanding you're living in a simulation. All right, guys, I love you. And make sure that you stay on point. Work on your present moment awareness, your attention, so that way you can keep this with you all day long with this reset. Don't go back to the old version of yourself. Stay in the spiritual world. Stop going back to the physical world. All right. And if you need more training on this, that's the link, the very first link in the description. This world is a simulation. We have a full course in there. I also do 3 live events every single week where I go over this stuff with everyone, answer your questions, and lead you into this spiritual side of the world that you're actually living in. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. I'm also going to put a link. I'm going to put a card on the screen for you right now to a meditation, a daytime meditation that's also going to help you understand about the simulation as well, and to get you into the right feeling state, start attracting some new things in your life. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.